Hi, everyone. Welcome to Everyday Real English from Real Life podcast.
Welcome to Real English Podcast.
I'm Brendy.
And I'm Annie. Please like, subscribe, and share the Real English Podcast with your friends.
If you listened to our last episode, we talked about AI job interview English and how to show your AI skills in simple, clear English.
And today we're diving into something that often gets called soft skills, but honestly, they're probably the hardest and most important skills you can have.
That's so true. We're talking about emotional intelligence, or EQ. And our mission today is to go beyond the buzzwords.
Right.
We want to show you what it is, why it's so valuable, and most importantly, give you the exact words and phrases you can use to show you have it.
I love that. Super practical. So, okay, let's start with the basics. For anyone listening, what exactly is emotional intelligence?
Fundamentally, it's about how well we handle ourselves and our relationships. It's a different kind of smarts from your IQ, your academic intelligence.
Okay, so it's broken down into parts, right? I think there are 4 main areas.
Yes, exactly 4 domains, and they build on each other. The first one, the foundation, is self-awareness.
Knowing yourself.
That's it. Knowing what you are feeling, and this is the really important part, understanding why you feel that way. This is the source of good intuition, of making good decisions.
I feel like a lot of people just skip that step. They feel something and they just react.
They do, and that makes the second domain, self-management, almost impossible.
Okay, so what's that?
Self-management is about what you do after you know how you feel. It's about handling difficult emotions like stress or anger so they don't cripple you.
So they don't take over.
Right. And it's also about using positive emotions like enthusiasm to help you reach your goals.
Got it. So control the negative, use the positive. What's number 3?
Number 3 is when we start looking outward. It's empathy.
Understanding what other people are feeling.
Yes, being able to see things from their perspective. And then the fourth domain, skilled relationships, is where it all comes together.
So you use your self-awareness, your self-management, and your empathy.
To connect with people, to influence them, to work well with them. That's the goal.
That makes perfect sense. But, is this just a nice idea or is there some real science behind it? Like what's happening in our brains?
Well, there's absolutely real science. What's fascinating is that the part of the brain for EQ is the last part to fully mature. But the good news is it's also very plastic.
Meaning it can change. We can learn it.
We can. At any age, we can train our EQ. And here's the key idea to remember. Our brains work on an emotions-first principle.
What does that mean?
It means everything we see, hear, and experience goes through our emotional brain, the limbic system, before it gets to our logical, rational brain.
So we feel first and think second.
Always. Emotion is the primary driver of our behavior, not logic.
Wow. That makes me think of that famous story of Phineas Gage, the man with the railroad spike.
Yes,
Yeah.
That's the perfect historical example. The rod went through his head, and it basically it severed the connection between his emotional brain and his rational brain.
Then his IQ was fine, right? He was still smart.
Totally fine. He could think. He could reason. But his behavior became wild, unreliable, impulsive. He lost his ability to manage himself. It's the ultimate proof that IQ without EQ is, well, it's not very useful in the real world.
That's powerful. So if it's that important, is there data that shows its value, in school or at work?
The data is. It's really clear. In schools, programs that teach these skills saw amazing results. Things like a 10% drop in antisocial behavior and, get this, an 11% rise in academic test scores.
Wait, really? Learning to manage your feelings makes you better at math?
It does, because you're also learning to manage your focus and attention. And in the workplace, it's even more dramatic. EQ is responsible for about 60% of success in a job.
60%?
And 90% of top performers are people with high EQ.
Okay, so that leads to a paradox then. If EQ is so important for performance, why aren't all CEOs super high in it?
That is a great question. We see that EQ scores actually tend to be highest at the middle management level.
And lower at the top. Why would that be?
It suggests that when it comes time for that final promotion, companies still look at other things, maybe years of experience or hitting short-term money goals. They pick the person with the high IQ instead of the person with the high EQ.
That feels like a big mistake for the company's long-term health.
It can be.
Okay, so let's make this really practical for our listeners. Let's talk about how to show high EQ, especially in a stressful situation like a job interview.
Great idea. It's all in the language you use.
Yeah.
Let's take conflict. Someone asks you, How do you handle conflict with a coworker?
Okay, what's a good answer?
A low EQ answer would be blaming someone else. A high EQ answer is about process and solutions. Let's practice one. We could do a repeat after me.
Okay, we're ready.
Repeat after me. I stay calm and focus on the problem.
Pause. I stay calm and focus on the problem.
Not the person.
Not the person.
Good. Now another one. Repeat after me. I look for solutions.
Pause. I look for solutions.
Instead of blame. That language shows you are mature and professional.
That's great. Let's do a quick role play. You be the difficult coworker, and I'll try to use that high EQ approach.
You got it. Okay. Action. Annie, this report is a mess, and it was late. This is unacceptable.
Okay, Brendy, I hear that you're frustrated. I want to get this right. Can we look at it together now and fix the parts you're worried about?
Perfect. See, you didn't get defensive. You didn't make excuses. You acknowledged my feeling. That's empathy. And immediately focus on a solution. That is high EQ in action.
I see what you mean. It's about taking the emotion out of it and focusing on the task. What about when you're angry yourself? I've always heard it's good to just, vent and get it out.
That is a huge myth. We call it the ventilation fallacy.
The ventilation fallacy.
Yes. Research shows that venting your anger shouting, complaining loudly, doesn't get rid of it. It actually makes it stronger. It's like you're practicing being angry.
So what's the high EQ way to handle your own anger?
You pause, maybe take a walk, and then you try to reframe the thought. Yeah. So let's say you're thinking, my boss is so unfair.
Yeah.
You could write that down and then try to write a new thought. Something like, maybe my boss is having a really bad day, or maybe she's under a lot of pressure. It calms your brain down.
That is such a powerful tool. Okay, let's switch to leadership. How can a leader give criticism or feedback in a high EQ way?
It's called the artful critique. There are 4 simple steps. 1, be specific. Don't say your work is bad. Say this section of the report needs more data.
Okay, be specific.
2, offer a solution. Don't just point out the problem. Say, let's look at the data from last quarter together.
So be helpful.
Exactly. 3, do it face-to-face, never in an email. And 4, be sensitive. Show empathy. Let the person know you still value them, even if this specific work wasn't right.
That's great advice. So we've talked about the words we use. What about how we say them? Our voice.
Our voice is a huge tool. There's a simple model called Hail City. H-A-I-L.
Okay, what does that stand for?
Honesty, authenticity, integrity, which means doing what you say, and L for love.
Yeah, love. In a professional setting, that sounds a little unusual.
It's not romantic love. It just means wishing the other person well. Speaking from a place of respect, it's the opposite of the 7 sins of speaking, like gossiping or complaining.
Complaining, the viral negativity.
Yes, you have to cut that out. And on a technical level, things like speaking from a slightly lower pitch can sound more authoritative. And learning to use silence, a pause, can be very powerful. It's much better than filling the space with
Okay, let's scale this up. How does all of this apply to leading a whole team or a company?
This is where we get to the idea of the golden circle. The why, the how, and the what.
I think I've heard of this. Most companies talk about what they do.
Exactly. They say, we sell cars, or we offer consulting services. But the most inspiring leaders in companies start from the inside. They start with WHY.
Their purpose, their belief.
Yes. Think of Apple. Their why isn't, we make computers. It's, we believe in challenging the status quo.
And the famous line is, people don't buy what you do.
They buy why you do it. The what is just the proof of your belief. And this connects right back to the brain science.
How so?
The why speaks directly to the limbic system, the emotional part of the brain that makes decisions. That's why when you connect with the company's why, it feels right. It creates real loyalty.
And that connects to authenticity, doesn't it? Being true to your why.
Absolutely. Your professional brand is just your reputation. And you build it by being authentic. Not by pretending to be someone else, but by being consistently yourself. That consistency builds trust.
And that leader's authentic mood, their why, can spread to the whole team. That's emotional contagion.
It spreads like a virus. A leader's passion or their stress sets the tone for everyone. So a high EQ leader uses that. They show gratitude. They recognize everyone's contribution. They make every single person feel like they are part of the mission.
This has been so good. We've shown that EQ isn't soft at all. It's a critical, trainable skill.
It is trainable.
So let's end with that. What are the top 3 things anyone listening can do, starting today, to train their own EQ?
Okay, the 3 silver bullets, they're all about your basic biology. Number 1, get your stress under control.
Easier said than done.
True. But here's a simple trick. Practice gratitude. When you feel stressed, stop and think of one thing you're grateful for. It has been scientifically shown to lower the stress hormone cortisol in your brain.
Wow. Okay, gratitude. What's number 2?
Silver bullet number 2. Clean up your sleep hygiene. Bad sleep destroys your self-control. The most important thing is to avoid blue light from screens, your phone, your laptop, for at least an hour before bed. It stops your brain from making the sleep hormone, melatonin.
Put the phone away. Got it. And the final one.
Silver bullet number 3. Control your caffeine intake. Caffeine stays in your system for a very long time. If you drink coffee in the afternoon, it's still affecting the quality of your deep sleep late at night.
So when should we stop?
My rule is no caffeine after lunch. Protect your sleep, and you protect your self-management skills for the next day.
Gratitude, no blue light, and no coffee after lunch. That is concrete, actionable advice. This has been an amazing deep dive.
It has. And it all proves that we can systematically get better at these skills. So, the final thought for you to take away is this. What is one habit we talked about today that you can start systematically to train your own emotional intelligence?
A great question to end on. Thanks for listening. And please don't forget to like, subscribe, and share the Real English podcast.
And if you want to review today's lesson, I uploaded a free PDF summary in the description and in the comments. Feel free to download it and study at your own pace.